Good evening. Welcome to Casually FC. I'm going to be a very calmer person on this stream as I'm hosting. I've got the great Ahmed with me and the great real Chris with me. I don't know if others. I don't think Oliver won't be here. I don't think. Who's that guy that runs the channel normally? Oh, Marshall. That's right. I don't think Marshall will be here, and I don't know if Scott will be here. But the link's in the group chat anyway. So where do we begin? Oh yes, we begin with a Chelsea defeat. Chelsea 0, Brentford 2. Now, I'm just flummoxed. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for. No, I'm not really at a loss for words, but I don't know how to put them into a correct. Someone's got loud background noise. I don't know how to put it in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have to put. I don't have to put them into properly without getting this video demonetized. Really, so I'm not going to do that.
Okay, just let me talk, big man. Let me talk, big man.
I'm going to hand it over.
Go sort out, man.
So I've been on many streams today already. I've got probably another 2 to go after this one. Let's. I've heard a little bit from Ahmed, but that was I think during the first half. That haven't heard anything from Chris. I assumed you watched it on.
I sadly watched it. Yeah, I sadly watched it.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
No, I have.
Oh, okay. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just delve into this freeform style. Let's see where it takes us.
Guys,
Ahmed,
you know what, man?
Reflections.
I'm not even gonna reflect. You know what, man? We're gonna do some deep reflection on this channel today. You know what I'm saying? I've got with me obviously my Zangetsu today. You know what I mean? This is a special sword in anime. If you know Bleach, you know what this sword represents in it. This is, a mythical sword. We're gonna be a bit mythical here today. Pochettino. Let's look at his starting lineup, lads. Yeah, Disasi right back, Malo Gusto on the bench. Reece James, I understood because I know that he's in it, but Malo Gusto on the bench. What was this? I need to understand the school of thought of playing Disasi right back over Malo Gusto. What were you thinking there? Honestly, for me, that is numero uno question for me. I don't understand that logic there. Firstly, secondly, we've decided now to play Cole Palmer as the number 10. Now, I know that he's played number 10 previously at Man City. However, for me, you've seen him play really well on the right wing. You've seen Sterling play really well on that wing as well. I'm just saying this before even the game started. Those two should have been there. I don't mind that at all. If you really were, you didn't need to force your hand to play a number 10 role in that game, to be honest. I'll be real. There was no need for that at the end of the day. You could have just played him there. Madueke, we knew this is his first game. He's been barely playing for Chelsea. He's been producing stinkers, sadly. And I expected going into this game that he wasn't going to be, high flying, doing the best that he can be, because this is his first game for Chelsea. I think that he started since Arsenal, if I'm not mistaken. No, Arsenal was the last game that he started essentially. So, essentially, he's not started for us for a very, very long time, whether you want to or not. The match sharpness level is not going to be there. So, for me, I was like, we might as well just do something where you just play Gallagher still in the 10, just play Ugochukwu, and what's it called, Caicedo in the pivot. Why not do that?
I
what I'm saying?
I was actually going to ask you about who would you play as a 10, and you just answered it basically.
Yeah,
I actually, for me though, I honestly thought the big letdown was today was Jackson and strike. He couldn't even do his normal stuff.
No. Before we get to that, Chris, when you saw that lineup here, do you not think why is just? I think for me the main thing about the lineup was Disasi playing.
Yeah. That's the one didn't kind of get is the Disasi at right back.
I kind of understood. Yeah, I didn't understand. I understood why Madueke may be playing, but for me personally, I was just like, keep it simple, keep the same midfield. Just switch Enzo for Ugochukwu. Yeah, it may be a bit more defensive, but you can allow Caicedo to be a bit more attacking, similar to how he was similarly at Brighton. Because then you can at least sort of say, let him be a bit more pass heavy, etc., etc. And then you can still play Gallagher where he was in the 10. And then you could have had Paul Palmer on the right, Sterling on the left, and Jackson up front. All right. But when the game starts for me, I think we were obviously had a lot of possession. We were, we were holding the ball. We were creating things. Okay, I'll say we created things. Then we created a few big chances. I think probably, if I'm not mistaken, it was around about 2 to 3 big chances that we had in the first half. I know one was Kukurea. I think another was Sterling, if I'm not mistaken, in the first half. And there was one more.
One decent chance, yeah.
There was.
Cole Palmer created a good chance to Cucurella where he pinged the ball forward over the defense. Yeah, that was a very good chance. That was.
I think it was 2. I think it was either 2 or 3 at the end of the day in the first half.
I haven't actually seen Chelsea doing that in a while. Like a Chelsea player, like you know, like ping a ball into the box, like just like dink it.
Palmer played really well. I'll give him that.
Yeah. He's the only good.
In the second half, it felt like we were back to Aston Villa versus Aston Villa and like a Bournemouth football and not in a Forest football. Passing it around or side to side, trying to pick the pass, nothing's cooking. That's what the majority of the second half was. And then guess what, man? Just like with Aston Villa with the half chance, we gave them a very good chance. And Pinnock, you know what I mean? He did the Trent. He did the Sarcasm like get that Trent gets done. Over the head, bang into the net. I don't know whether he was expecting like Madueke to like trail Pinnock, because I think he was the right side of centre back in the game, if I'm not mistaken. But that happened, didn't it? And after that, we were trying to do everything, rush everything, throw Reece James onto it. Ian Matson, who's barely played for Chelsea again, you could clearly tell he hadn't played in a long while as well.
Yeah, he looked rough.
It's rough, bro. And like, you know what, man? It's just, Sterling, because I want to speak on him because, I know that Surfer says I've got an agenda. Many say I've got an agenda on this guy, you know what I'm saying? But this guy is consistently inconsistent. That is the best. People cuss out Rashford for being a purple patch merchant and inconsistent. Sterling at Chelsea has been consistently inconsistent. I don't know if I'm getting Sterling from Man City or if I'm getting Sterling from South London. You know what I mean? In the cages. I don't know which one I'm getting, honestly. And for me, he's your leader, if I'm being honest, in that attack. Because Palmer's very young, Madueke is young, Jackson is quite young. So he's meant to be the guy that's the old reliable, as they say. The old reliable. And he's not even the old reliable.
I think there's a problem with that. Like you said, Cole Palmer's young, Jackson's young, and Madueke's young. And I do agree, like Sterling wasn't even like that good today. Like he was frustrating at times. Like I get that, but like I feel like we need another experienced attacker in that attack the Navy help out, because this is what's going to happen, I think, with like a lot of inexperienced players, like Madueke, who barely plays. He barely plays for Chelsea. It's like he's just never there, really. Cole Palmer is like his second season. Like this is going to be his full first like season into football, like in a senior team. Jackson, I'm not sure how many like senior seasons he's had. Obviously, last season he played a bit, but it's the first season in the Premier League at a young striker. I think that's where it's going to cost us this season. Where until we get Nkunku, because that's where I think we're desperately, because he's like 25, 26 or something. So he's actually at a good age. The way to lead this attack with Sterling as well. Like, but I think that's going to be a problem until like Nkunku comes. Basically, we're going to have inconsistent like results from this attack, basically, because none of them are like show consistent form, but. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to say something.
JD 2 and I think it's Jason 22s, yeah. Bro, what did I say before Jackson even played for Chelsea and when he was playing for Chelsea? This guy is only going to score you 5-10 Premier League goals. He's not going to be consistent. He's not going to be main striker material. I knew that going in. I don't know what people were expecting Jackson to be. Like, were we expecting Jackson to be God? Like, sorry, not God. Sorry, that's wrong person. Do you expect him to be like a competent striker that's going to give you 15 to 20 goals in the Premier League? No, I wasn't expecting that at all from him. Like, I don't understand like why the fan base is getting onto a guy we bought for £13 million, 22 years old, that we knew going into the season, only started cooking half the season, and he's going to be his first season in the league.
I do feel sorry for Jackson a bit in a way as well, Ahmed, because he doesn't have any backup striker to really cover for him as well, like come in.
No, I agree, Chris.
I do feel for Jackson that way, because he has no like he has Washington who came on today, like Ambrosia who's injured again as well. Like he has no actual backups to either support.
Bro, the thing with Jackson, bro, is the reality of the situation is when you buy someone like Jackson, you should already have a main number one guy.
Yeah,
you should have had, but that's the thing. you lot should have a main number one. That's what should happen. We should have had him easing into the process, allow him to learn the Premier League way for the first season. When you have the pro doing what he needs to do for the team, and then you start giving him more minutes, and that's how it's meant to work. But the thing is, Jason 22, when he was doing well in preseason, we were giving him props. We hoped that he could continue this form. But the reality of the situation is, and I said this even before preseason, I said this even how many goals you're getting. I said to everyone on this chat, you can check the recordings. I said between 5 to 10 goals.
Do you think we should have kept Lukaku then as a main striker?
No, I'm sorry. The problem with Lukaku is bigger
He's scored quite a lot this season, hasn't he?
It's bigger, but the problem with Lukaku is
I get he's toxic. I get it. He's a toxic guy. Like
it's big. It's not the scoring. It's a bigger than football situation, Chris. That's the difference. And when it comes down to Chelsea right now, it's not just scoring, bro. There's like, it's not just the scoring. It's also, I think part of it also is the final ball. Yes, today we had a few correct final balls, but like on a consistent basis, the final ball is not right, if that makes sense. That's all it is.
Bit, I think down to finishing too, though, because when we have
no, I said that, but both are true, bro.
Both
are true. Yeah. Like what I'm saying is finishing, and also yes, we are creating the chances. We are creating some chances, but it's not consistent enough, if that makes sense. Where the final ball isn't 100% correct. That's all. And like I also think these guys are young players as well. Like we're going to be expecting some level of inconsistency in there too. So those are like some of the factors there. But I also think and this is something that I think needs to be addressed too, is do you guys this is a question I've got for everyone here. Do you guys believe the fullbacks that we currently have here complement our wingers?
Yes.
We don't know because they never played with them.
I was say that's also true.
No,
how are we supposed to know?
Okay. I mean, so okay, let's say the left side. I should say the left side. Like I don't know, man. When it comes to like Kukurea, Mudryk, Kukurea, and like Thingy, he was good today, right? Or like, or whether it be like Chilwell, Mudryk, or Chilwell, whoever's Sterling, for example, that's on the left wing usually. I feel like the connection is not there per se, if that makes sense. And part of it maybe it's not played. Part of it is that they may not be together.
Oh, lovely.
Oh wow, hello Peter.
On the left backs though, like number one, Chilwell shit, so you could take him out of the conversation. And with Kukurea, like we saw in the last game, like the last game was our best game we've seen from both fullbacks the whole season. From any left back that we've played this season, that Kukurea performance in the last game was the best we've seen. And you could argue the Gusto performance, bar the mistake for the goal, was the best we'd seen the whole season. And what did he do? Changed it up for no reason.
I don't know, man. I still don't understand why he played disaster today, guys.
No, I understand it. No, I understand it. I fully understand it. I understand why he did it, which makes it funnier that the reason he played it was also how we conceded. He played Disassi at right back for two reasons. Kind of the same reason, but basically for aerial threat, but also their aerial threat because they're good at set pieces, which is funny considering we conceded at the back post from a Disassi mistake with a header. So the reason you put this guy in, to the detriment of everything else in the team, because he was shit. He was arguably our worst player on the pitch. And it's nothing to do with Disassi in terms of like, he didn't step up. It's the same thing I've been saying about Colwell from the beginning of the season. You're asking a guy who's not a right back to play right back, to do right back things that he's not comfortable with. Every time he's getting the ball and passing it off, he's dropping like 5 yards because he's not suited in attacking areas. We saw that when he played right back against who was the team he played right back against? He like for the last like 10 minutes because of the injury to Chilwell.
I don't remember that one. I was going to say
Chilwell got injured and Kukurea came on and he went left back and we shifted over and we saw Disassi had that cross that he put into like Rose.
That's the Villa. It was Villa, right?
Yeah.
It was Villa.
We saw in that game. He didn't look comfortable getting forward. He looks clunky because he's a centre back, and it's like,
playing right back in League One is not the same as playing right back in the Premier League, guys. I don't know what he's thinking, bro.
It's not even that. He didn't even like. The problem with him playing right back was that he made it so Madueke was isolated the whole game. And Madueke wasn't great. He was okay. Like in the first half, second half, he was terrible until he came off. But every single time he picked the ball up, he's 2v1. Every single time. Because the guy that's meant to be supporting him is like 10 yards behind him or chilling in midfield because he's tucking in to do nothing. Like, And then we're wondering why.
we knew he was going to play a back five. Like we knew, like, because that's essentially Brentford. Whenever they face the top big six sides, they usually play a back five.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like where was the the managerial scouting? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't understand. Like, I think for Poch, man, he confuses me at best at times because you played Chilwell at left wing for 5 games, like, and it took you 5 games to realize it's not gonna work. You were playing Enzo number 10 for like how many games? Like, and then you decided let's play the best pivot that everyone was talking about. Caicedo, Enzo in the pivot against Brighton in a Carabao Cup game. Like, why do you keep on doing this stupidity? Like, I don't understand. Like, he's
the biggest. People can say what they want. He's the biggest issue with this football club right now. He's not the only issue. Like, don't get it twisted. He's not the only issue. There are other issues in this team. He's the biggest issue in this team. Those comments after the game, I fully lost my head. My man is talking about Liverpool. My man's talking about the first game of the season, and we're nearly a third of the way through the league season.
I don't want to talk.
We are literally by the end of who do we? So we've got Tottenham, then Newcastle, then Tottenham City, then Newcastle, don't we?
Yeah.
By the end of that Newcastle game, we'll be a third of the Premier League, a third of the way through the Premier League season by the end of that Newcastle game. And he's talking about the first game of the season. He then brings up the fact that we can't break down low blocks, and he hasn't figured out how to do that. Cool. This is now the 6th year in a row, or 5th year, that he struggled to figure out how to do that. Brilliant. So he's learned nothing in 5 years. I'm really glad that my manager, who has coached across 3 different clubs of differing sizes across 2 different leagues, has learned nothing in 5 years. This is the same stuff we were clowning Lampard for, by the way. When Lampard went away, got sacked the first time, and said in that interview with Gary Neville, I've been to Italy, I'm learning these things, came back and learned nothing. We were clowning him, rightfully so. And now we've got this manager who's meant to be better, meant to be super Pochettino. He's magic, and all that nonsense I had to hear.
We knew, but the thing was, remember, guys, we saw this against Villa, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest. When we came against the low block, he wasn't breaking it. And like at the time, we were making that point, and then obviously we decided to face Brighton, Fulham, Burnley, guys, sides that are a bit more open, want to play that, that sort of from the back football, a bit more,
But Burnley were parking the bus. Everyone was saying that first half. They did play it, and he changed it because Borough wasn't working. He brought Jackson on, and it was more fluid then.
And he also brought Sterling on as well, didn't he?
Huh?
He brought Sterling on as well because Sterling got like 4.
No, Sterling started because he scored. Got the own goal in the he got the own goal. But the thing is, so he can do it. It's just the point of when it's not going.
Also, Andrew, like I'm gonna be completely honest, right? I'm like Burnley are not the litmus test for this league.
No.
Like, in the same way that Arsenal aren't the litmus test. The litmus test is your mid-table teams, your Brentford, your Palaces, your Wolves, your stuff like that. Your Forests. Those teams are the litmus test because that's who you're going to be playing for 75% of the season. And against those teams, we suck.
I will say, like, the one like bad thing I thought very annoying from Poch today as well, like where we conceded 55 minutes in the first goal.
Yeah,
I think it's around 55 minutes anyway, and then I think if I'm sure, like it took us to like 60 minutes. No, not 60 minutes, 68 minutes or something. Sorry, to sub on like actual player of like attacking. Like I wanted to.
Who could you sub on, bro?
Reece James. Okay, for example, this is what I'm coming to. No, hang on. Disasi, Disasi should have came off for Gusto or Reece James. I thought because them two are
Reece James is horrible, by the way. Like
Reece James, this guy thought he was right wing back. He thought he was back in Tuchel's time. The way he was playing, no defense.
No, but
again, I don't even blame him.
But even so, I even think maybe Gusto as well, playing for like 40 plus minutes basically. Like,
I don't understand why Gusto did not play at all, bro.
Chris, your criticism is that he didn't sub off a center back for a right back earlier?
Yeah, no. I'm saying as soon as we conceded, Disasi has no use. Because I understand Disasi starting because maybe he wants to keep a clean sheet, doesn't want to concede any goals. Like you said, we don't want to like concede anything like near post, like headers or whatever, Chris. Even though it happened.
We're protecting the point, guys. At
that point, I was begging for like defending the point at 1-0 down.
Also, sorry, why were there 2 keepers on the bench? I know it's not like there was 2 keepers on the bench.
Eddie
Do we
Beach
not-
and someone else and Petrovic.
Do we not have any other players like the fill in for?
Bro,
the
this
other
is what I'm
keepers?
saying. Like,
Chris, how
The
can you,
only attackers was
Chris, how can
Matos.
you
I
complain
think.
about subs if you didn't know who's on the bench?
No, I know Gusto
he
was
is
on
in
the
that
bench.
kind of mood, you know.
No,
He
hang
isn't
on.
just
I knew-
you know,
I
I'm
knew
in that
Yeah,
game.
man,
was on
what's
the
going
bench.
on, Chris? What's this criticism that you
I
actually
don't know.
have?
I don't know every single bench player, but like
Well,
I
if
knew
you're gonna,
Gusto,
if you're
I
gonna
knew
suggest
Mads would be on the
utilizing
bench.
the bench at an earlier time, you should probably know what the
I
bench
think I knew about 4
consists of,
players on the
brother.
bench. We haven't. Our bench was awful. There wasn't many good players on the bench.
So
And
then
like
what
That's
did you
why
want
we
him to
have
do, sub on the
Enzo,
awful
we have
bench player
Enzo, like
sooner?
Gonzalez child, obviously.
Did you
because
want
he's
him to sub on the awful bench player sooner? Is that what you wanted?
they're not
Yeah,
awful. Like Reece James Augusto is not awful players though.
Okay,
Like,
Yeah, but they're not
so-
they're not real. But the thing is, they're not game at the moment. They're not
They're
game
not moving the
changing
needle.
or
They're not moving the needle,
anything.
man. They're not moving.
I was
They're
gonna
not
say,
moving the needle.
I don't
our
know what
subs
Pop
in
could
this
have done at that
game-
point after that. Then
Oh my.
our subs in this
if there's
game
no one there,
were like, if you want to be technical about it, yeah, like our subs in this game were literally all defenders. Were 3 defenders, I think, or 2 defenders, a DM, and an
3
18-year-old
defenders, 4
and an 18-year-old striker making his first Chelsea appearance.
I actually
Yep.
felt so sorry for Washington, man. I actually felt sorry for that guy,
Bro, we're
What the-
literally relying on an 18-year-old kid making only his like 12th ever league appearance for like a men's team, I think, or something like that. I could be wrong, but it's not many.
This guy, bro,
So
has
would you
barely
rather
played
him-
at
Would you rather
Santos.
Poch just do no subs then? Because
No, I'd rather you
Alright.
set the team up right so you go 1 or 2-0 up and then make those subs. Those subs make sense when we're 2-0 up.
yeah, the
Those,
only
like,
the
you bring
only
a deep-
sub- the only starter should
Those,
have been
those
Gusto,
subs
I thought.
make sense when you're 2-0 up. They don't make sense when you're 1-0 down and trying to break down a low block.
Yo, can I just say, guys, yeah, our bench here is so stinky, you know. I know it's been stinky for a while, but like the level of injuries we are getting in this team here is like ridiculous. To be having a bench here of 2 GKs, yeah, Ugochukwu, Matson, Reece James, Matos, and an 18-year-old David Washington. Do you know how bad that is? Like, I don't even know. Is it like the maximum Premier? The maximum-
Thing is, Ahmed, you say that about injuries, right? I'm looking at our team right now and like, there's a couple players, but like, it's like Enzo, Mudryk, Nkunku, and Carney are pretty much the guys who are missing. Because like, no one's missing Chilwell.
Right.
Half the fan base don't rate Brozier, so you can't tell me they're missing him.
Don't
I'd
forget
rather
about the
Brozier
show.
come on over Washington though, because it's not fair like to use Washington.
Bro,
like-
like, yeah, no, but my point is half this fan base don't rate
Yeah,
Brozier
yeah.
anyway. So who
I don't
cares?
rate
Like,
him massively though, but like as a bench player, I wouldn't.
I was
mind
gonna say,
having-
Fafana's injured. He ain't making a difference.
yeah, no, it's
He ain't making it at
defenders-
Chelsea. Full stop.
It's mainly
I was
it's mainly
gonna say, like-
attacking me.
Scott, he ain't making it at Chelsea, man. He's not making it at Chelsea, but I came to that decision a long time ago.
Also,
He ain't making it, man.
all those guys I just mentioned, right? We've never seen Nkunku play in the Prem, so we don't know what he's going to be. Like, I think he's good, but we've never seen him play in the Prem.
Against preseason Premier League teams, he did
Enzo-
look good first preseason.
That's
so-
cool. With
Yeah.
Chris, I think we're seeing from the season, the preseason meant the grand total of shit all. Like, it meant
Preseason
nothing.
normally
It meant
means
nothing. No,
that's
Chris, it meant
preseason.
nothing. We're not
Yeah,
playing the
normally-
same
normally
way.
does.
Half the players that played well now look shit. Like, it meant nothing.
Oh my
Preseason was a holiday. That's all it was. It was a holiday to America. It meant nothing. But like,
I mean,
you
look
look at
at
the
the
people I
skin
just
tan.
named. Carney had one good game before he got injured. And Nkunku, we don't know how he's going to play. Enzo ain't making a difference in that team today. I don't care what people say. And then it's Mudryk. That's what we're missing.
We're missing Mudryk shooting, man. You know what I'm saying?
I felt no, but for the counter attacks, I actually felt like we did miss like a Mudryk on his.
Didn't have any counter attacks, man. We had like
We
two.
did- no, the first no, wait, hang on, hang on.
We
did-
the whole
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
Yes, did you
The
watch
first-
the game, big man? Did you watch the
I
game?
did watch the game. We played good up until like 15, 20 minutes, and then we fell apart after that. Like, that's what I'm talking about. We did have two good... Yeah, we did. The first 15, 20 minutes, we did play pretty well. What I thought we had good counter-attacks. Like, we had two counter-attacks, like Scott said. And I thought we could use Mudryk on the left side when we... I think it's... who is it?
So
Sterling.
have we fallen that low that we need to become a counter-attacking side? Like, what
I'd
Well,
take being
this-
I know,
this
I can't
club-
even
this
lie.
club's been begging for
I'd take being a counter-attacking side right now rather than the shit.
you know,
I'm
like
saying.
I think there was a stat they were saying at BT Sport that I think we have the highest second highest position behind City, and like it actually makes like the situation that we're in even worse because we have that much possession here, the second highest in the
It's
Prem, but we're doing jack all with it, bro. We're just it's like
But-
it's honestly, and you know, like Listen,
Ahmed,
Jackson,
with
bro.
our chance creation is pretty high up in the league as well, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
and we're still
dude,
ain't scoring
listen, you
enough
know
goals.
what, man?
Oh, I
I'm sorry,
kill
bro.
myself.
I'm sorry, mate. You know, man, fuck those hype transcreation because that shit is actually bullshit, bro. That, listen, yeah, I
No,
will
but
break this
how
stats down
many
myself and
times have we
broke it.
seen, we create a good chance and we've not put it away, though? We say that pretty much a lot of games.
Mate, listen, you know, I couldn't care less, bro. You know,
There-
the
there's-
problem
we could
with
have
Chelsea,
scored at least one at least
the
today.
problem, Chris, the problem of Chelsea, yeah, is we create 3 big chances and we expect him to score all 3 big chances.
Not all
We
3.
cannot do that. No regular football team can't do that. We need consistent level of high created chances, and the issue is we're not doing that, bro. We're not doing it. Simple as that. And of course, yes, I can agree with the finishing. Yes, we've got shit finisher. Jackson ain't scoring for shit, bro. You know what, man? We have erectile dysfunction in front of goal. There's no way to put it, bro. That's what's happening in front of goal. We just go limp. So there's no other way to put it, man.
First of all, to even say you've got erectile dysfunction, you have to be getting a stiffy to begin with to no ends. So my thing is this: I know what you're saying about big chances. You're right, but Cucurella, I don't care. Cucurella should finish that. I don't care what anyone says. He should finish that properly. Madueke hit the bar, post, whatever the hell you want to say.
The second half as well.
The crossing didn't make any sense. And Cole Palmer, as good as he's been, but that was unforgivable. That mishit shot right in front of goal in the second half.
Oh,
and he's right in front of the goal, went wide. So I understand what you're saying. It's not the best game. I just don't, and I don't know why. Even now, I have not seen any reports saying why Gusto didn't play. Don't give me this. Don't give me this hype bullshit because and Buemo's not Giannis. Do you know what I mean? He's not 7 foot something. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand this. It's like.
Can I ask you a question?
When I saw that back, hang on. When I saw that back 4, I thought, okay, he's put Colwell back at left back and he's going to play Cucurella at right back. That's what I thought.
I thought that.
I'd seen it before. Okay, no problem. The issue is this: if you're going to play Madueke, who is he only uses his right foot for walking because he doesn't use it for playing. Okay, he inverts, so you're going to need that support. And Desassi is not that. When we attack, he just goes into like a third centre back. He's got no attacking. When it comes to he'll get in the box and everything like that, like instincts and stuff like that. And it's like I don't know why he didn't go with the same. Okay, the little changes here and there. So I would go with the same team that started last week against Arsenal. See how it goes. I would have put Ugo Chukwu in place of Enzo and told Caicedo to go up a bit more like Enzo would do. And I would have played. I kept Sterling on the right because he's been better on the right this season. I know he played well on the left against Burnley, but overall he's been better on the right. Put Madueke or Matson on the left, whatever, and just go from there. Or Jackson even see how he does on the wide and leave Cole Palmer in the centre. That's what I would have done and see how it goes and then make changes. But I just don't understand the changes that didn't need to be made. I just don't understand it. No, for the life of me, I cannot figure out what logical reason you would have not started at least Gusto at right back. It just doesn't make any sense. And everyone going about Madueke, I understand he hasn't played well, but you're giving, in NBA terms, you're giving him garbage minutes apart from today. Give him like something like Mudryk used to do. We have no idea how good Madueke is going to be because he's not been given the chance to actually have a run. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's anything special. I really don't. Looking at him, but I don't know. And I don't know why you just can't play him on the left. I know he plays on the right. Yeah, but he has to keep turning in to play on the left. And also, can I just say, you can have a go at Sterling all you want. I understand that. But when I see Sterling running at defence and Jackson that half jog, not even trying to get into the box, I don't know what Sterling's supposed to do. There was no one in there at all for him to aim for. What is he supposed to do? It's just this. That's what I mean. Jackson should not be leading this line. Jackson should be coming on as a second striker. By the way, putting David Washington on today was a disgrace. Absolute disgrace putting him on today like he was supposed to do something. You know, honestly, Lewis tweeted out, it was like, one step forward, moonwalk back. That's what it was with this game. And by the way, for anyone starts, Sanchez actually saved us. from going behind in that second half. And he's not at fault for the second goal, in my opinion, because he's going up there like to try and score. So
I'm pretty sure the manager will shout him across and go up. That's what managers.
yeah, I'm
do.
sure. And I don't know why he didn't leave more at the more people. Why wasn't Kukurea back there a bit more? Why wasn't like
catch him? Yeah,
Caicedo back? No, Caicedo was off. Why wasn't like? No, I don't know. But
Matson,
Can we talk about this
more
high crossing nonsense? Like, why are we crossing high crosses here against teams here which are taller than us? Bro, it's not even just to no one. Even if it's to no one, bro, we're crossing to guys that are taller than us. Like, what? Last time I checked, when I looked at Jackson CV, he ain't heading no ball. I don't know where that school of thoughts come from, and we're facing a back three. What's the point of crossing the ball up high to them? They're just gonna head it out first man.
By the way, today was also a good example of why Gallagher can't play in the pivot.
Mm-hmm.
But we knew that.
No. People that were saying he was our most consistent and best midfielder. So the reason he's put up there higher because he can't do the job behind. So anyone that's got an Enzo agenda, you now know why Enzo plays there and Gallagher didn't. I honestly think, because I don't think Caicedo played that well, but I honestly think he was thinking about what Gallagher was doing, part of his game. I honestly do. Because you couldn't trust him like that. And that's what Caicedo's got to work on that part of his game and go, fuck it, I've just got to do what I'm going to do. But just more questions again. It's like, well, go AM, that's just a stinky agenda. You know what I mean? I know.
Oh my god, that's crazy. But Cruz, when these guys cross here, they at least have guys that are gonna head the ball. They have tall people. Like, look at our front three guys. Who is tall enough to cross the ball? Who is even making the right movement?
Most of them are short.
To the
and
back
like
post.
Said, Jackson is a kind of tall, but he can't header. So
he's Tammy Abraham. He's got the Tammy Abraham.
Yeah, he's a bit like Tammy. I mean? So
yeah, he's not heading no ball. I'm afraid.
Well, if you go cross it, may as well just try to do a low cross and get into their feet. But no, we keep doing high. Well, barely. I don't think we did that many crosses today. Fair. I think we did like a few, but that's about it. I don't know what we're trying to do half time in attack.
We just reek.
Bro, I don't know, man. And the thing is, what against Tottenham for some reason. We'll start cooking for some reason. Oh, we're back. Oh, look, Chelsea's back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at how we can face high lines. And then, you know what I mean? We'll lose against City. Then we'll face Newcastle. We'll face a real team that will do that mini low block thing, yeah? And we will crumble like, apple crumble. No other way to put it.
It does make you wonder, actually, like we struggle against all these lower teams like Brentford or whatever. Fair to Brentford, actually, think about it. Like I saw their stats, like they don't lose to any teams in London, so like the big teams in London, and they beat obviously Chelsea, was it 3 times in a row now? Like like they do have actually impressive record, but like
nah, we're not gassing up Brentford.
Yeah, we're not doing this.
Well,
we're not gassing up the team that dropped the most
Brentford,
positions this season. We're not doing that.
They go ahead of us on the table now. I don't even know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Where are we?
Chris, that's horrendous because they've dropped the most points from winning positions in the entire league.
Have they? That's
yes,
another stat. I just saw the stat like they don't really drop points against the London sides, and I thought, okay, that's kind of impressive. But
they've been dropping points against everybody this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
bro, they've been asked. They lost 3 of their last 5 games before Chelsea. They lost 3 of their last 5 games before Chelsea.
All right, guys, we tried. It's fine. We spent $1 billion.
In our last 4, we won.
David Washington's our backup striker. It's good, guys. It's all good.
David Washington, sorry.
David Washington's our backup striker after spending £1 billion. It's all good.
That's the one thing we should strengthen.
I won't even admit this on my deathbed. Okay?
He wasn't right.
Was he right about Mason Mount going or?
Well, the thing is, the people we sold aren't like doing anything either.
No.
Yeah, exactly. No one's doing it. That's what I mean. No one we sold, I regret selling and hasn't done.
Like we were in 12th with them, we're in 11th without them. Like I don't know.
And changed, bro? Nothing's changed.
If you look at Kai Havertz of Arsenal, a very good team, he does nothing for that team.
Kai Havertz is on the bench. So is Mount. Kante's playing in the Saudi Arabian League. Kovacic is on the bench. Pulisic plays on the right wing, doesn't even play on the left because he's not good enough to displace Leao. Ruben's injured. Hall doesn't play.
Yeah, he doesn't actually. That surprised me.
Want me to keep going on?
No,
Yoko don't start for Lorient. He's played 2 games. Like,
Do you know
I
what
keep
is
going on and all the people we got rid of.
Do you know what it is, Cruz? Yeah. Do you guys think the problem is quality of players or tactic selection? It's a bit of both. It's a bit of both, I would say. Like, obviously, I think the majority obviously will probably be the tactics and selection. But the other thing is, when you've got guys that are inexperienced, some level of inexperience will show. But the way to master inexperience, is the manager giving them standard set tactics that they have to follow. That's the way you do it.
Do you know what? Like, I would hear this if Everton didn't beat Brentford 3-1 this season with a midfield of Idrissa Gana, Gay, and Anana. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not hearing this.
Yeah, man,
These men have better up front.
The game, man.
Like, we're not like, this is what I find mad. All of this conversation, right, makes sense if we just lost to City. We lost to Brentford. Like,
Gotta stay in 2 weeks or so.
Like, sorry, Everton were playing James Garner at right mid and 1. I don't care who we're playing, man. Like, sorry,
Sean Dyche, you got something for me?
Like,
I
was gonna say Sean Dyche, a Sean Dyche team beat this Brentford team, and people are talking to me about, it might be that we haven't got good enough players. What are you telling me? We need a world-class player in every position to beat Brentford? How are we going to perform against City then? We're going to concede like 8.
If the first sentence in that comment is true, do you guys not think it's worrying that we're saddled with a management group that spent $1 billion on players and we're hypothesizing that the players are bad? Or if the second sentence is true, do you guys not think it's worrying that they hired a manager who's just the spicy version of the previous manager they hired?
Yup.
Mm.
Either way you look at it, there's been some questionable decisions at best that have been made. Right? And like, we're kind of stuck. This had to work and it doesn't work.
I mean, yeah, because I think, listen, we said it in parts of recruitment we like, parts of recruitment we don't like. It's criminal to not have a striker with this. It's just absolutely criminal not to even go for a striker, even like a veteran striker or something like that, just to cover till you can get who you're going to get. All this, we'll buy someone in January, will we? But we shouldn't be wanting to buy someone in January because we should have bought them in the summer and
January
stuff like that. And it's like
people who have injuries or for people who get roped in like betting scandals, and like Brentford should be looking to buy in January.
Yes.
Because they have no striker essentially.
Yeah. By the way, this is Brentford without a striker as well, without their best player.
They have Mope coming off the bench on loan because their 20-goal last season striker can't play because he can't stop gambling.
And again, I go, well, as much as I blame Lay for the recruitment, I can't blame them for playing Disassi at right back today. You know what I mean? I can't do that. So it's like, I don't know.
Part of it is just that. I think PI. Part of it is just that if the manager was playing everyone in the right places with with his own tactics, right, and then we said the players were shit, we can at least blame them for saying they got shit play. They brought in shit players. They lack the quality, etc., etc. But like, I can't, like, there's some players that you can't criticize some players in certain positions because they've been put there to hang to dry essentially by the manager themselves.
I think it's just a mixture of both because, like you said, like obviously some of these players was shit today, like Madueke, Jackson, and Sterling. They just weren't like as an attack, like the front three, just weren't at it. Like, and yeah, like obviously what Poch done today, like playing Disassi at right back, where has Disassi even played right back like before Chelsea?
He has at Monaco.
He has played right back.
At Monaco, when you're playing right back, you know what I mean? That's like playing back for you, essentially.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, like that's the only thing I don't get because Cucurella at right back didn't look too bad, and he could have played Colwell at left back. Where I think Colwell. Okay. I know. Yeah, I don't want to either, Scott. I want us to play Gusto.
Chris? Why would you even throw that out there? He had 2 right backs on the bench.
So we had 2 right backs on the bench. One of which, by the way,
I do prefer Gusto starting that game because I actually.
On a side note, I need to find out who in the fuck is telling the manager that James is fit to play. Like, because am I the only one that thought when he came on, he doesn't look fit? The Arsenal game didn't look fit.
He doesn't play, Scott.
Like, he doesn't look fit. The way he moves like he's not fit. Like he's
cooked. Think about it. He had a hamstring injury on August 18th. Our next match will be in November, and we haven't seen him. He's cooked.
I don't know if he just needs because we got obviously a game midweek again as well, haven't we? Like Blackburn, plug Reece James for that game and see what happens. I don't know if it's down to Matt Sharp.
That's not happening, Chief.
Bro, he's had back-to-back hamstring injuries. Literally, yeah. There's that is very hard to come back from that, man. Like it's very hard. You're not gonna be able to run at the same pace, that you're running at, previous point in time. Because you saw the way he used to run. That guy was like a speed truck essentially. That's what it was.
Yeah. It does seem like he's lost pace, but I don't know if she's seen played for a while.
And even Maatsen, bro, bring it on Maatsen, bro. You've barely played the guy. He's barely even played internationally. He just looked like out of sorts. Even his thing, I was like, bro, why? It's like he just brought him out to dry too, because I don't know.
But again, Ahmed, Maatsen is again. This is why I have issue with the subs. So your big plan to help going forward is to bring Maatsen on. That's the guy you're expecting to save us when you bring him on. Maatsen. What are we doing?
When was his last game he played even? I don't even remember actually his last game.
Maatsen's played a few minutes here and there, but my point is this is a guy in his first season for the club who you haven't given a lot of minutes to, and who also realistically speaking isn't an attacker. He is in Poch's eyes, but realistically speaking, he is a left back, right? So left wing back. Why are you expecting him to save the game for you? Just set the team up properly so you don't have that problem. Just set the team up fucking properly, man.
On the bench, he doesn't really have anyone to save him. That's the sad thing.
But for me, the issue is, I'm gonna put this up here. There's no point of crying and getting angry, because I know the system. I think the assistant got a red card here. Bro, don't get angry now. You should have been fixing this in the midweek, bro. You had ages to look at Brentford. You know what they were going to do. You knew the plan. Sort it out, bro. I don't understand. This is, what's crazy, guys? Here, we're not in Europe, by the way. This is not even. We can't even have the excuse here. Chelsea are playing some random team somewhere in Europe. Essentially, we have a good 6-7 days to plan, try, and test the formula to beat these teams. And we are failing spectacularly.
Is it the start at the end, Chelsea just not coming back. We're not going to win trophies no more. 18 months. It's been 18 months. I don't know when I will see Chelsea playing consistent football again. When's the last time? Obviously under Tuchel, obviously. But, it's a long time. It's just painful.
Do you know what's jokes? Do you know what's jokes? We played consistent football under Potter when he came in.
Oh, when he first came in, I think was our highest.
I'm not saying it ended up being. I remember it ended up being poor and it ended up being shit, but we played better under Potter. I keep saying this, and I'm not trying to take the piss. We played better under Potter. The worst part about what we had under Potter is we didn't have anyone that could finish the chances, which we've got that issue now. But we at least created a decent amount of chances. We just could not finish to save our lives, whether it be Havertz, whether it be Sterling had some issues, whoever else we had an attack, I can't remember, to be honest. We just couldn't finish. But we actually looked good under Potter until after January and it started to get worse. We didn't even look good. The teams we've beaten so far are Burnley, Luton, who are two of the worst teams I've ever seen in the Premier League, and I can't remember the other team we beat. Fulham. Who don't have a striker.
So my thing is this though, it's I thought he played well the last few games. It's but you didn't stick with the same formula. Change players here and there, but you didn't stick with it and let it go. See what we could do. You didn't even know what this worked. I know I haven't got Enzo and Mudryk, but I've got. I can put Leslie in. I can put Madueke or Maatsen or something like that on the left. keep Sterling on the right, keep Cole Palmer up there as a false nine, whatever you want to call it. Have the box midfield and see where we go from there, and just try it. But it didn't even.
Oh, by the way, to the people
It's
in
like-
the chat saying that, sorry, Andrew, before you go, to the people in the chat saying Gusto wouldn't have made a difference. You know, one of our key chances in the second half came from our right back overlapping, getting space and hitting hitting low cross across the box.
Is that the one to Cole Palmer?
Oh,
'Cause that's,
Yeah, that's the one
that
Cole
was-
Palmer should have scored, and then
yeah,
Washington,
that was
Washington couldn't quite get to. So that came from our right back overlapping. What did we not get in the first half with Disassi playing? Our right back overlapping. So you're telling me if we hadn't had a proper right back, we wouldn't have created more space?
Yeah, no, it's right.
I don't know when he'll learn. will
When
it
he's
be an
sacked.
axe to the head? Yeah. Will it be an axe to the
Bro,
head?
he
or...
took him again. Chris, you keep asking these stupid questions, bro, respectfully. It took him 5 games. It took him 5 games to learn that Chilwell cannot play left wing. It wasn't
that was bad.
but literally, bro, you should know that by game week 0 that he can't play there. Why? Like, I don't know, man. Poch, bro, I've said this before. He's doing these bandulu decisions, some weird decisions that I am not, feeling, and they're biting him in the ass. And you know what, man? The problem is he ain't getting the sack anytime soon. Even if you were to say, you know what, yeah, Poch out, let's sack him right now. We can't sack him because it's gonna look bad on them. It's gonna look bad on the guys in it, and
It's bad
and it's
anyway.
gonna look bad on Chelsea. And there's no one to get right now. Even if we were to say, yeah, let's start Pochettino, who do you bring in for this afterwards?
I wouldn't say
someone
like
who
obviously
plays-
second
Literally just someone who plays someone in their right positions. That's all I'm asking for.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know,
think
man.
Russ can do that.
I'm looking at the table right now. We are
Right.
5 points off of Europe. Assuming we're 5 points off of Europe, assuming Brighton win tomorrow against Fulham. We're 5 points behind Newcastle. They absolutely can sack him right now.
But like, is there any man?
No,
I
but
don't
the
know,
thing
like,
is, Peter,
managers out there. But then
we
again,
can sack him.
scouting.
We can sack him right now. But do they want to sack him right now, though? That's the real question that you got to ask us.
Well, I guess they have to balance the pride and ego over the short and medium term of the club, considering he's only on a 2-year contract with the club option for a third. So a payout in their minds is going to be minuscule. But hey, if they want to let it go until it's actually a lost cause in February or March, then fair enough. They can do whatever they want.
I just don't know who you bring in afterwards. That's the issue for me. Does anyone have any idea who you bring in
Hey,
after this?
man, we got a bunch of smart footballing people, allegedly. They'll figure it out. No problem.
Oh my god, man!
Well,
Ain't
you
my
could
problem.
scout one. You could scout one. We just don't know of it.
It ain't-
Man
it's
said
not-
we scout managers now. What's
Hey,
going on, man?
Don't
Well,
think we
we
forgot that, by
normally
the
do
way.
go through
Hey,
names,
no,
don't we?
it's Cordo, guys. We're winning the treble in 2 years.
Anyone that said they
Yeah.
finish in third year is on crack. That's not the way to put it. They
Oh.
are actually on crack,
I
bro.
feel,
They are
like
crack.
Wait, should we go back to some of this panel's predictions? Is that the
No,
start
no,
of the
no,
transfer?
no,
I
no.
said
let's-
fifth.
Yes, we do.
I said
let's
fifth.
not do that.
I said fifth.
Yeah.
Let's
You know what I'm
not do
saying?
that.
Fifth.
Let's
Right
not
now,
do
we know
Oh.
Travis.
Well, I didn't know
Yeah.
you.
I'm holding a million L to that for those
Yeah.
predictions.
Oh,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
did good
So
top three as well, like me.
I think some of you had top 4 until second, even after the transfer window. So you know.
Anyone who said second,
No, hang on. Who had second?
I didn't.
I don't know. I think someone said second or third.
I did third. I know I did that.
I did third as well.
Oh,
I did third
of
as well.
course.
Yeah, third. I mean,
I'm changing
I
that. I'm
said
changing
6
that
or
real quick.
7.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I said
You're the
6 or
most
7.
five.
Even
one
I
here,
was
then, eh?
going. That's good much.
I said 5
Yeah.
basically behind us, isn't it? So
The reason I thought that is because we had no European football.
A great start to the season.
Yeah, wait, did we play against Liverpool before then?
yeah,
We did.
I
Ah,
think so.
but we drew, and I thought we played really well against Liverpool anyway. I just thought we was better than Liverpool in that game. But
Oh my god.
But after
Yeah,
like
man,
8 games or 9 games, yeah, we're not getting top 3 now.
Bro,
We'll be
this-
lucky.
oh,
We'll be
I
very
can't
lucky
take
to get
You
top
know what's
5.
crazy? You know what's crazy, guys? Yeah, the prediction that I made, yeah, a lot of these mid-table teams, yeah, are not gonna do so. Are gonna kind of suffer, from playing the European football. It's kind of like 50-50 came true. It's just that Chelsea,
No, it didn't.
some of them have. Brighton hasn't been.
No, they
been-
haven't. Look
No,
at
no.
the
I said they're
table.
not gonna. They're not gonna be able to balance. No. But that's the point I'm trying to make, Peter. If we Chelsea were good enough to actually beat the teams we were meant to be beating, you know, with the proper structure and everything,
I mean,
we
Brighton
could have
are
been ahead of them.
Newcastle are in 6th. West Ham are in 9th. And Liverpool are in 4th. That's your 4 Europa League teams.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is that they were dropping points. We could have taken advantage of them at the in the EPL because like, they have lost some games.
Yeah, but from
Because remember, particularly from our fixture list.
They don't play many midweek games in early December unless they're in cup competitions because Europe won't begin until late February, early March if they get through to the next stage. So they've got time on their side to build up enough points total over most teams so that when the cup competitions swing back in, it's probably not going to affect them that much. Do you know what I mean? So whatever. Move on. I don't care.
Oh,
If we'd have won today, we'd have been 8th, a point behind Brighton in 7th.
Yeah, and the thing is, we needed a win today because like we literally got Tottenham, who's the best team in the league in form wise, and then we got City, who's like the best team in England in general.
I said, like, apart from
Newcastle,
like, you know what's wild? We'll probably win that Tottenham game. We'll lose to City.
Yeah.
We might even beat Newcastle.
The thing of Newcastle,
no,
like, they're going through a few injuries,
Like,
but like
Brighton,
they're well.
We're not beating Newcastle, Scott. We're not beating Newcastle, Scott.
They'll probably play. I forgot. They'll probably play a low block and we'll lose. We'll probably beat Brighton as well. Then we've got to run a United, Man United, Everton, Sheffield United, Wolves, Palace, and Luton. That's up to January. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose all those games apart from Luton. Would not be surprised.
You don't think we can't beat United?
Do you know what's crazy, guys? Yeah,
They're quite bad themselves. I will say, attacking.
United are bad. Chris, United are bad, but they are ahead of us. They are a shit, and they are ahead of us, bro.
It's not that. Chris, what did we see today? What did we concede to today? How did we concede? What did we concede chances to today?
We conceded off a corner, obviously, like after
wasn't a corner.
Goal. No, I mean the second goal, like we did a corner, sorry, and then we got.
Chris, I don't think we've beaten them in the league since.
No, it's been a while. I know, it's been a while, and some of them have been dodgy, like fucking.
You know, we haven't beaten them since
Maguire twice actually. Like,
we haven't beaten them at Old Trafford, by the way, since I think it was 2012, 2013.
Yeah, I know, but like I don't. The United's attack's just as bad as us. Actually, maybe worse this season. Their defense ain't been that good.
Chris trying to talk himself into wins, man. Look at this.
I was gonna say, I said we might beat Tottenham. I don't see how we're scoring against Tottenham. Their defense is quality. I don't understand how we're scoring.
You know, Chris. Yeah, United are arguably in a worse position than us. Yeah, with the situation that's going on with them, their players, and yet they are still. Ahmed,
forget all of that. We just played a team that had 1 win in 4 before they played us.
But I knew
forget all of
they
that.
lost 3 of their last 5 games.
I was gonna say, forget all of that. They literally play counter-attacking football with Rashford, Bruno, Højlund. Like they play counter-attacking football. They'll just cut our defense apart. When we struggle, when we're passing about side to side, and you get Gallagher in the pivot and he loses the ball under pressure, which he's going to do because he can't hold the ball under pressure, or you like make a stupid mistake in attack and you lose the ball and they hit a counter attack and Rashford scores on the counter, and we're wondering, like, I won't be surprised.
We're gonna give Rashford his purple patch back. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give him some joy.
You think
we're gonna give him his joy back?
He struggles against us a lot of times. In all fairness, like Rashford in general.
No, he doesn't. He scored against us quite a few times.
Quite a few times.
No, yes.
No, like I even seen him have 1v1s with us against Kepa, and he still doesn't score because somehow Kepa saves it. Like he
scored. He scored.
He scored a goal. He has scored a goal. I remember like one
multiple times.
No, I think he scored like twice at best. Like over a few years.
We've got to go to Old Trafford to play a team we haven't won since. Well, someone said since 2017. So
we haven't won there. No, we haven't beaten them at Old Trafford since 2013, Scott.
Someone says 2017.
We haven't beaten them. We haven't beaten them like at all in the Premier League since 2017.
It's either 6 years or 10 years, right? So anyway, so we're going then. 4 days later, we got to go away to Everton, who we also can't beat. 4 days later, and play a Sean Dyche team with the way we're playing now. We're getting cooked. Both games.
Fight relegation, are we?
Well, that Sean Dyche team also, guys. That Sean Dyche team is the same team that's given Luton their only win this season.
Also, Chris, you say that, by the way. Chris, you say that, by the way. Peter mentioned about being how far away we are from Europe. We're only 7 points away from relegation.
We won't get relegated.
No.
The only
last
reason we won't
season
get
where we
relegated
apparently fell
is
at
because of those
relegation.
three teams currently in the bottom three. That's the only reason why we won't get relegated.
You know,
Yeah,
we've been in relegation for quite a long time, guys. We've been in relegation for quite a while, bro. It's like I think before the Brighton win in the Carabao Cup, we think we had the same amount of points as Everton last season.
Ahmed, I'm looking at our last 5 games. Our form is as bad as in our last 5 games is as bad as Fulham's, who are 1 point behind us, fair enough, but 3 places behind us. It's only 1 draw as opposed to a loss away from Everton, who are 5 points behind us and in 16th.
You know, like where is Crystal Palace, by the way? Because I know Crystal Palace have been playing.
they're level with us, but we're ahead on goal difference.
They have no Eze, no Elise. They have got fucking Jordan Ayew playing for them up front, and they are
Hey,
equal.
Scott, you know how you pick Wolves for relegation?
Yeah, they're behind us on goal difference.
They're level
You know,
with us.
This is a team, by the way. That's a Wolves team. That's a Wolves team who could not score to save their life at the start of the season. Could not score to save their life.
Hwang Hee-chan, I think, has got either.
The only thing that saves us with Wolves is that
Neto.
Neto might have an injury again. That's the only thing because he was cooking, absolutely cooking.
Bro. Hwang has got 8 goals this season, guys. I think it's 8 or 9 goals this season.
Bro, he's got like over half their goals. Of the 13 goals they scored, he's got 8 of them.
Yep, he's got more goals than I think all the whole Chelsea what's it called attack.
Fucking hell, man.
This guy is a scrub. This guy was a scrub at Wolves. He would literally, they were playing Neves over this guy the last 2 seasons because he was a bust. And now he's got 8 goals, more than us. Our whole attack. Jesus Christ.
Are you still on about like Neto having 8 goals, by the way? Because he's got a bunch of assists too.
We're not talking about Neto. We're talking about Hwang Hee-chan, big man.
Hey, I've just noticed that Newcastle have got double the amount of goals we have this season.
Have they?
Yeah, they scored 26. We scored 13.
You know what I don't see with them? I don't see Jamal Lascelles playing right back. I see Dan Burn playing left back. Someone's going to say it to me, no problem.
He's played there. He played there for Wigan. He played there for.
Yeah.
I think he played there for Wigan. I could be wrong. He definitely played there for Fulham. I think he played there. He played there for Brighton. So it's not like he's played there before, like multiple times. And you know what you're getting.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to dwell on this any longer. We're going to wrap it up now. I've got to go on the Sam's channel and get destroyed. Pause.
Good luck.
And then Flawless's channel. Yeah, there's not much really to dwell on. I don't, we can dwell on it. We can dwell on it as much as we want, but it's not going to change anything really. It's just really a therapy session, really. Therapy army, where are you? Shout out to everything. But it's all good. We're gonna love you and leave you. Like, share, subscribe, join, and we'll be back maybe tomorrow during the midweek. Whatever, man. I don't really care when we're back at this moment. Just plan your weekends around Chelsea. Do not involve Chelsea at the moment. So plan them around it. You'll have a better weekend. But yeah, we'll see you later. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the football tomorrow. See you.